Alright, y'all, what's going on? Today's Friday, July 22nd. It's currently 9:38 in the morning, and it's the last day of the week for trading. I hope you guys had a good trading day. Today for me, it was an L. I took a sell on GU earlier this morning. It didn't work out, but overall, the week was pretty good. On this video, I just want to go over the trades that I took, like a little end of the week recap on my trades and why I took them. I'm gonna try to make this video quick, so I'm gonna just get started real quick. So I'm gonna go back to July 18 on GBP USD. I think this was a buy that I took. Let me go back. July 18. Okay, right here. So let me do the replay mode. So I woke up in the morning and I saw this demand right here, this 5-minute demand. I also took a look at it from the 15-minute, and there was slightly of a 15-minute demand also attached to it. So I like that. And I looked at the 1 hour, there was a 1 hour demand right here too. I don't know if you see it right there. So there's a 5-minute demand along with a 15-minute demand along with the 1 hour demand. So for me, that was a really good confluence, and it was kind of like a counter trend in a way. So I don't really like to trade counter trends like that, but since all three time frames were lining up, I like the trade. So my first trade, it didn't pan out. It wasn't ready to take off. I think I took the break of the candle right here. My stop was right here, and I always, I did a 1 to 2 still. 1 to 2 right there. Let me see. Okay, no. So maybe it was the break of this candle. Okay, so it was right there, and then I got stopped out right here. It wasn't ready to take off, right? But then the second time around, it was ready. So I got in the break of this candle right there, pretty sure. And my stop loss was underneath the box, right there. So I got in the break, and the rest was history on that. I went for a 1 to 2. I did a couple of changes to my trading plan, I'm not gonna lie. So real quick, when I started journaling recently, I noticed that a lot of my losses were on USD CAD. Well, I should have noticed, because if you look at the previous videos, my losses were mainly on USD CAD, and so I got rid of USD CAD. And I also, when I was journaling, I noticed that I was winning 50% of my trades, and I was only going for 1 to 1, and that's kind of like a break-even scenario. So I noticed that I really needed to go for more than 1 to 1, probably like a 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2 or more than that, But yeah, going back to the trade, this was a beautiful trade. For me, I know that New Year's session likes to reverse. So, right here, started reversing. It's going to take out the liquidity up here. Bam, it took out liquidity, and the rest was history. I could have honestly held this for a little more. It kept going up after this. But, overall, it was a good trade. So yeah, I marked them right here. First trade was a $32 loss. The second trade, that one that I just took, it was a $62 win. So I ended up about 1% up. Alright, I'm gonna go to NAS 100 on July 19. Honestly, don't even get me started on this trade. This would have been a great trade. A great trade if I did not put my stop loss at break even. Alright, so right here. Let me get rid of this. So this was this around the open? No, so this. Okay, so right, so I was waiting for the open of the New York Stock Exchange, and NAS left this demand right here, and it took liquidity, it broke structure to the upside, so that was good. That was good confluence, you know. And it came back, tapped into the demand box, so my position was right here, 1 to 1. Well, I was honestly aiming for a little more. I would say like a 1 to 1.5. I was honestly aiming for a 1 to 2 because I saw some gaps right here, right? You got all these gaps right here that need to be filled, and that's exactly what happened. I got filled afterwards. So my take profit was 1 to 2 right there, and boom, and at the break of the candle. But it hit my 1 to 1, and after it hit 1 to 1, for some reason I decided to put the stop loss at break even. Stupid. And guess what? The trade stopped me out at break even right there, and I was not happy. I'm not gonna lie, because I was waiting a long time for a trade. You know, I wake up at 7 a.m. New Year's session open, and at this point it was already like 9. Let me see. It was 8:45, almost 9 o'clock. So I was waiting almost 2 hours for a trade. Of course, I wanted this one to pan out. And so when I got stopped out at break even, I was like, man, I can't believe I put my stop loss at break even. Like, I should have just left my stop loss where it was. And yeah, afterwards, it went ahead and it hit my 1 to 2. And that could have been it for me that day. But, you know, I put it at break even and I ended up with $0. Put that trade right here. But then I saw a AUD USD demand setup. Let me go to that one. This was the same day, July 19. Where is it? Okay, right here. Let me go to replay mode. Right there. So this demand setup right here. This demand setup had a break of structure, breaking some swing highs, and let me see if it had another confluence. Let me see. So it was honestly just a 5-minute setup. No, not really a lot of confluence with the 15-minute, except, you know, the 15 minutes in your favor because it's breaking structure to the upside, but no 1 hour confluence or anything like that. But I liked it. It broke some swing highs, so no, I wasn't there yet. I'm not in the trade because it didn't tap the box. So right there. So after this candle, that's when I got in. Right there. And I aimed for a 1 to 5. Could have aimed for a little more if I wanted to, like potentially a 1 to 1.9, almost a 1 to 2. But at this point, it was already 9:10. Yeah, it was like 20 minutes after the last trade. And so yeah, I was just ready to take the money and leave. I was happy with a 1 to 1.5 and being up over 1% for the day after 2 trades. So yeah, that was it for July 19, which is Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it was right here. I remember it now. Right there. Okay, get rid of that. Go to replay mode. I don't even know why I took this trade, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it was a demand, but it's not the type of demand that I like to take. You know, there's not really like a lot of volume pushing up from this order, from this candle. So yeah, this was a losing trade, and I don't even know why I took it. Probably because, you know, FOMO or whatever. I just wanted to take something at the time. So yeah, I saw this candle right here. You know, it was kind of breaking structure too. It broke some swing highs or whatever, and I saw some gaps that needed to be filled right here. So I was like, okay, so it might potentially just, you know, go up to these gaps right there, and, you know, take that and then come back down. Let me see the candle break. Not yet. And I got in right there, right? And my stop loss was right there. And yeah, this was a losing trade. trade. I actually got out early. I got out immediately as it started to break this gray candle. That's when I knew this trade was shot. So that was it for the AUD USD, and then I took another trade that same day on GU GBP USD. Let me go look for it. And it was a supply setup, right here. Let me go to it. So right here, the supply setup, it broke structure, it broke some swing lows. You can tell there were some sellers that were left behind, you know, it had some volume to it. It wasn't like the AUD USD demand setup that you just saw. I don't even know why I took that trade. So yeah, I was making its way up there. I was waiting for the tap, waiting for the break of the candle. Boom, right there. Okay. And then I got in right there, and I was aiming for a 1 to 2, basically all the way to this demand right here, filling in the gaps that were left off. You don't see the gap. The gap is basically, let me see, from right there to right there. That little gap right there. That's what I was waiting on. So yeah, it was kind of going against me at first and everything, but it ended up working out. Boom, boom, going there, all the way down there. Then I had to hold a little more because it was starting to do a pullback. I think I did take some position outs, like when it hit like a 1 to 1.5. I took like half of it out, and the rest I just left it there with my stop loss still intact, not even moved to break even, because I was not trying to get stopped out at break even like it happened to me on NAS the previous day that you just saw. And yeah, the rest was history. Right there, it filled in the gap, and honestly this could have been more than a 1 to 1, then a 1 to 2, could have been a, yeah, that was almost a 1 to 3. But yeah, I was happy with that. After losing on AUD USD, I was happy with that. I ended up positive for the day, like, what is it, $23 positive. That's almost 1%, but that is way better than being negative for the day. And yeah, there was times that I would just end up negative, and if I risk 1 to 2, you can take out your losses and end up in profit. So yeah, that was it for, which day was this? This was Wednesday. That was it for Wednesday. Now I'm gonna go to Thursday, AUD USD. Let me go to Thursday right here. This was a beautiful trade, I'm not gonna lie. This was beautiful. Let me go to replay. So yeah, as I said, New Year's session likes to reverse, so likes to fill in the gaps and everything. And yeah, this trade right here was breaking structure to the downside. There were some sellers left behind. I think there was also a 1 hour confluence. Let me make sure. Yeah, there was 1 hour confluence, because you can see the supply right here. So a 5-minute supply plus a 1 hour supply, you know there's going to be some strong momentum to the downside once it gets to that area. So I was waiting for it to tap. That's it. It tapped and break a structure. And yeah, I was aiming for basically this demand right here with the gaps. The gaps are right here and right here. So I was waiting for it to fill in that gap pretty much. It did not take long. This trade was what? Let me see. Actually, no, it took a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But after it broke this candle right here, it did not take long. It was going against me a little bit, then right there, it filled it in, and yeah, that was it. That was my 1 to 2. Actually, it was a 1 to 2 on TradingView, but it was not a 1 to 2 on MT4, because if it was a 1 to 2, I would have made $60 on that trade, but I ended up making 50. So it's more like a 1 to 1.7 or whatever. But again, I was happy with that. And yeah, like, I was very happy with that. I will take that. And I did not force any other trades that day, and I just took the dub and left. And then today, Friday, today was yeah, today was just whatever, right? And I'll look for it. It was GU today. this. Where is it? Okay, right here. It was right here. It was this supply right here. It was a 5-minute supply with a break of structure. Some sellers were left behind, but there was no confluence with the 1 hour or the 15-minute time frame, which I like. And at the same time, there was no gaps. All the gaps were filled on over here. The only thing that was confluence was the break of structure, the swing lows, some gap left behind on this supply, and some liquidity down here. So that's kind of why I took it, because I saw some liquidity. But what I missed was that there was news in like around 15 minutes. Bruh. If I would have known, I would have not taken that trade, to be honest. Actually, so I took it at 8:35, right? So I took it at the break of this candle, the white candle. And I was aiming for a 1 to 2 liquidity area right here. And by the time I took it, there was going to be news in 10 minutes. If I would have known that, I would have not taken it at all. I got to do better with that. I got to look at my FOREX factory, or FOREX factory, whatever it's called, and look at the news. Because when I saw the news, or you know how they have those little circles right here, like this one. There was one at 8:45, but it was an orange one, not a red one. But on my FOREX factory, it was red. You would have noticed that it was red, so I would have not taken it. And of course, since I didn't know the news, it took me out, grabbed liquidity, and yeah, the rest was history, pretty much. Yeah. And yeah, that was it for Friday. Overall, right here. Overall, I took 8 trades and I won. Let me see how much. I won 4 trades. I lost 3 trades, and I broke even once. And I was up over 3% for the week. And yeah, that's a pretty good week, to be honest. Not much to say there. So yeah, guys, that's my end of the week recap. I'll try to do these as much as I can, and I'll also try to do another live trade. I keep forgetting for some reason to just press play on OBS whenever I take a live trade, or whenever I take a trade and make it live, so I'll try to do those. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this weekly recap, please subscribe and leave a like on the video. Leave your comments if you had a good week as a trader, or if you had a good day today. I know I didn't. I lost, and that was a bummer, but it's all good. We'll come back and kill it next week. And yeah, see you guys next time.